Welcome, Scorpio, to your September 18th through the 23rd reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you. 18th through the 23rd. 23rd. King of Pentacles upside down, talking about finances looking a little shaky and a little shady. Not making the effort to improve the earnings. It's almost like someone is not doing something. Somebody dropped the ball. That's really what it feels like. It could be this Taurus over here who's dropped the ball. Doesn't have to be, but it could be. Definitely trying to improve these earnings, but it feels like it's slipping away. Maybe you just can't get somebody to sign the paperwork, do the deal. Project's not going through right now. Something going on within this. Yeah, they're kind of escaping responsibility at this time, looking out to try to figure out where the passion is going to be and how I'm going to get the ball rolling. It almost, feels like you're going to have to make some kind of deliberate effort to really stay on top of this, my friends. Gather more input, improve your performance, improve, you know what I mean? But you know this. It's almost like you know this. But it feels like you definitely are trying to make some kind of ample sacrifice. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a hangman coming through here pretty soon. Yeah, it feels really unjustified about what's going on within the situation. Really trying to move towards the change, but there's not going to be a change until somebody does something. You can't have a closure, right, unless something changes. So you're wanting this closure, you're wanting this to close itself out, so you know what, all of this can just do what it needs. Maybe you're even looking for a foreclosure. Oh, because I see the house. Look at that closure house. For some of you, you might be going through a foreclosure of your own home, or you might be a realtor waiting for this house to foreclose, or going through a house deal. Something of this nature. There's definitely something has to go with the house over here with a foreclosure for somebody. Sorry, that's just too waiting for it to move. Someone's going through a foreclosure. Or waiting for the deal to close of the house. Like I said, if you're realtors, somebody needs to sign paperwork though, or somebody dropped the ball. Did the mortgage people drop the ball? And your realtor's like, well, I don't know, right? Or did the owners of the house drop the ball and the mortgage people are waiting for them to hurry up? There's definitely something that has to do with a house there, guys, and closing. It's some kind of closing. You're waiting for it to become more pleasurable, but it's keeping you in your mind. Around the 20th to the 23rd, though, you're going to see that there's not a whole lot of change just yet. They're not really at service of where they say they're going to be at service just yet. Somebody definitely, I'm sorry, I see them. Look at that, upside down, there goes the ball. Someone has let this slip. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. It's going to cause some kind of disagreement in the end between you and this other person, whether it's the mortgage and the realtor and yourself. Could be the three of you and them, who knows, four. Because this is definitely not where it needs to be. You're watching the situation as it's unfolding before you, but you're trying to stay as alert on, on this as possible. Yeah, it's devil energy. Definitely some kind of earth sign. Taurus, Capricorn. I got Taurus now twice. Definitely did drop the ball on this situation. You have to wait for him to come through. Yeah, you have to use your intuition. Your gut feeling is going crazy because you're saying you're causing all this confusion about what is really going on. It almost feels like you're trying to change the strategy, or somebody else is changing the strategy, and that's because they dropped the ball. So somebody has to try to rework around someone else. So this earth sign could be trying to work its way around some kind of air sign, somebody else, so many other signs up here. But it's unfair and unjustified to the situation, and you're still determined to try to make this go through. And if you are the realtor, right, or the mortgage or whoever, you're trying your hardest to get this financial thing going on. Could be anything, just whatever examples I use, guys, and they're not for you. You can throw away, you know your own story. But definitely there is 3 people involved in this situation, and there is this recognition of, if you would just do this, we could have a closure. Look, there has to be some kind of initiation between the 3 of you to actually get this going. There's some kind of venue going on. You might even be trying to, start your own business, and maybe this has something to do with that. But there's definitely getting higher, officials involved within the situation so that you can have the judgment call. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're definitely dropping the ball over here. Look at this. As you're over here waiting for this to change, you're noticing, though, it is. It's almost like it's a dream in the sky. What are you people doing? It's a backslider. It's backsliding, and it's going to give you, it's giving you depression because it's not going the way you want it to, and it's them. It's the Capricorn. It's this earth sign. This earth sign really, 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 really doing whatever they have, whatever they're doing, it's not effective, and it's not efficient. How about that? It's not effective or efficient. So all it's doing is causing more problems as you're trying to work out the problems. Now it feels like they're ghosting you. Where did you go? Why aren't you calling me? Look at that, the 23rd, I'm not talking to you anymore for a little while. What do you mean? Well, how am I going to get this done if we're not talking? If you're not answering my phone calls and we're not working smart together over here. And they're guilty. They're guilty of ghosting you. They're guilty of not talking to you about the situation and trying to resolve it quickly. Look, it doesn't say it won't be resolved. It just means, man, they're doing everything in the world that they can to put this, no messages. Look at that. That's what I said. But you do have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, well, it will turn in your favor. Yeah, it could be a fire sign. Once the fire sign picks up okay, that's probably the other person. Once the fire sign picks up the situation and realizes, hey, they're not calling you back. They're not calling Scorpio back. What are you doing? Yep, 3 of Cups. Oh, they're going to try to make it as happy and merry as possible. But, yep, there's where that other official is going to have to get involved within the situation to have a discussion with this person to make sure that you're improving the situation, because otherwise they left it stagnant. They just let it go. They're just going to let it go. Nice to know, though, right? Nice guy. Hey, I'm so glad. Because they're not patiently, look at that, not patiently planning on the situation, letting the investment just sit. The hell lets an investment sit? Yeah, I'll be upset too, guys. I would be very upset. I don't know what the situation, everybody's situation is a little bit different, but I'll tell you right now, anytime you let any kind of money, any kind of project, any kind of investment, any kind of anything like this that can make you money and really help your family and help yourself and get things closed and do things, and they let it sit, how nerve-wracking. How frustrating, right? Because this is not the good way to improve the earnings. It's a good way to allow it to just be stagnant. It's not even a loss. It can't be a loss unless it's moving. It's not a loss and it's not a gain. It's dead, right? It's sitting. It's not moving. It's blood. And that's all it is. You're saying, oh, so you just left it sitting there. So it's not growing. It's not moving. It's not gone. If it were in the water, it'd be just floating, right? Like a dead fish, just floating around. I don't know. Just saying, right? Because it's still there. It's not a loss or a gain. So now this person has to come in and say, what the heck is going on over here? Now you have to wait for them to come in. But they're going to come in. They're going to work it out. They're going to exercise everything that they need to be exercised, get everything done which needs to be done, and then get all this done. And then all of a sudden, it will start moving again. I'm sorry, this is very frustrating reading. Because the whole middle of the story here is I want it to move. I want it closed. I want it done. And it's not. Well, now it's not. And here it's not because they dropped the ball. And then over here they're saying, oh, just let it go. I'll get back to it later. Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to answer your messages either. Oh, really? Wow. Okay. So just keep texting them because they ain't going to answer those, right? Wow. Okay, my friends. Man, I hope the next one's better. That right there, this just shows a real kind of intergrade of Mercury retrograde, right? Because it's kind of like, well, we'll see how far it can go before it hits rock bottom. Oh, wow. Okay. That was it for you, my friends. Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.